Okay.
Right. Left off, as we're in the middle of the sea salt marsh, specifically having saved the mill and secured a smuggler tunnel in and out of the barracks. Had made your way over to the by temple in an effort to rescue civilians that had been trapped there. You arrived just as a detachment of Drakengard forces were about to batter down the door while in the process of trying to smoke the people out. You were able to beat and/or capture several of the attacking forces and are now standing around outside the temple in the aftermath of that.
For some reason, I thought there were still a few people.
There was the guys in the water ball, which you guys in theory had tied up,
Right.
and the Ash is able to swiftly dispatch the guys that are doing smoking.
Okay. I guess then we just need to make sure that the people here don't need to have any medical attention before being. Because I believe the plan was to escort them back to the barracks.
That was what you had been instructed to do, yes. First, however, you have to actually get into the temple.
Yes.
Where we stand now is again you guys standing out here on the lawn.
Okay. I believe the doors are barricaded.
That seems to be the indication, yes.
Oh. Oh no. Hello.
I guess that's one way of doing it.
Okay, you pound on the door. No response.
I'm gonna look into one of the windows that was shot out. See if they're conscious.
Going around to the side. Ash's arrows, well, since they were not designed for smashing windows, haven't brought down the entire window. He just kind of blew out like upper chunk. Um, and you're trying to look through like a stained glass sort of affair. So you can either make an athletics check, try and get higher so you can see through holes he made, or you can make an investigation at disadvantage to try and see through the stained glass.
There was athletics.
Athletics or investigation at disadvantage. Okay. Finding worn spots in the stonework and stuff to get foothold and kind of spreading your legs a little bit so that you're kind of in the window frame to support yourself. You kind of shimmy up enough that you can peer inside. You see various people cowering about. Some of them seem to have taken whatever they can find for improvised weapons. So, like a broken table leg, one of those incense censers. Um, it's a mixture of all kinds, men, women, children. Even passive insight can tell you that most of them are near panic. To ballpark 20-ish individuals.
Um, Speaking from the kind of broken piece of window, um, I would like Tom. calmly tell them we've dispatched the Dragon Guard outside. If you open the door, you can let the smoke out and get some fresh air. I'd like to make that a persuasion
I
roll.
was about to just call for that. Yeah.
Not horrible, but
There's a bit of shock and fear as they turn towards the window. Something is hurled in your general direction, but misses you by a fair margin. But once they're able to see that it's person and not a scaled folk or somebody in heavier armor, there does seem to be some. They're cautious, but they do seem to be calming. There's a older individual in holy vestments, kind of comes into view, hobbling on a peg leg. No, okay, rescue has come. Out a orderly fashion, begin to unbarring the doors. Try to, make their jobs easier and get out of here as quickly as we can. No. Okay, my children, we got this. The gods are with us. Few
I'm
minutes
gonna
to
smile.
barricade the doors and stuff. Yep, sorry.
No, I was smiling like, I was like, I wish I had the stuff. I wish I had the reassurance of faith.
There's some rustling and rumbling. It takes 5, maybe 10 minutes. Unbarricade the door.
Oh, they had that stuck in good. Okay.
Refugee types come stumbling out, some covered in crime, ash, whatever that one would expect for people that had to flee in a hurry, given the circumstances. Bringing up the rear is again the priest you saw earlier, older, grizzled human individual, hobbling on a what appears to be a peg leg based on his movements. I was like, oh, thank the heavens. I presume you have a route. Where are you taking us? Where was the rally point?
the barracks has been fortified.
Very good. Lead the way then. Okay. Are you guys, trying to move quickly or quietly?
We have a bunch of people, so quietly probably is better.
Okay,
Yeah.
so quietly means you're going to be moving at under stealth, which means half speed. So I will need both a group stealth check and someone will need will need some sort of social check, either persuasion or intimidation, to try and keep the civilians in line from blowing your cover.
I'll go with persuasion and less jokey. You're a better wordsmith than I.
Yeah, it's a group stealth check and a single social check from one character.
I'll do the social check.
Well, you also need the self check.
That's like everybody needs to make stealth, but only one person gets to roll
Yeah.
the social.
All right, let's see. I'll get the social.
Let's do the social first, because the social will determine whether you're at advantage or disadvantage.
26.
Okay, so that is high enough that the refugees will not put you at disadvantage. Rolling normal stealth check.
19
Baron's
stuff.
there. Don't see Ileana. Or we have 1 failure and 2 success.
Ooh. Oh, very Dexterous.
Okay, so 3 success, 1 failure.
Nice.
Okay, so you guys are moving along, sticking to the building, sticking to the cover where you can. Surprisingly, it's not the civilians that are. The civilians seem to be pretty good, staying in line and doing what what you're asking of them. And surprisingly, the peg-leg priest is not the problem. Baron seems to be the one who was triggering several near misses. And after your third near miss, you realize that it's probably a result of the beating he took.
I was thinking that.
It's a combination of blood trail, which you guys have mostly patched, but he can always really, but mostly the guard drakes and some of the others seem to be able to smell the blood on him. And
That's
while you're able to do various distractions and strategic movements to not get caught, there are several close calls because of that. The blood in the water, as it were.
okay.
But you guys are able to make it back to the tunnel. Based on the slow pace and the near misses, takes you about 2 hours
Okay.
to get back.
Ugh. Yeah. Well,
Correct my placement because I put the barracks at the wrong location last time. That is fine. If anything, this makes more sense for where they said the tunnel is.
ah,
And I need you to chug some potions at some point. Fair.
You guys slip back in. It's mid to late afternoon at this point. By the time you guys actually make it back into the barracks proper.
Okay.
And it looks like the siege setting up around the barracks has pretty, much settled in at this point. The strafing runs seem to have calmed down from the dragon, and you're not seeing any new fires or new sounds of battle starting in the town proper. They seem to just be very much in the back end looting / fortifying stage at this point.
okay. I say we get a status report to see if it will be possible to take a rest or not. At least, I mean, you're fine.
Also, recall he was beaten to an inch of his life several times and just kept getting healed back up. But yes. As a reminder, don't there. The shop is still there.
Okay.
If you guys want to do another hit on that while you're here. Checking in with Islander and turning over your prisoners that you took. He can confirm that you guys are the last group in. The siege seems to have settled in pretty tightly around the barracks at this point. What his lookouts and stuff have been able to determine, it does seem like whatever fighting was happening in town has basically cooled at this point. So you guys, this barracks here is the last holdout.
Okay.
Either through evacuation or combat, the rest of the town is theirs at this point.
Given the status of it, I know sieges can last on the order of days, but have, I don't think we have like long rest time.
You don't know. I'd say you are in a cooldown period now, where you shopping if you want. You could attempt a long rest, or you could attempt a short rest.
Pretty sure we have enough time for a short rest, but not.
They have told you that the attacks seem to have stopped, and the group around you seems to have settled in for the long haul. They haven't made any raids on the walls or anything. They just seem to be waiting you out at the moment.
Is there anything that we could say? See. I'll say Kyoki would probably ask Farron. You're an incredibly intelligent man, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
In which case, any sort of I guess I'll also ask Ash, see if we can put between Farron's knowledge and me and Ash's experience with the Dragon Guard, based on what they're doing, would we have any sort of historical context in regards to what they would be, what their, how their sieges usually go once they've gotten everybody trapped in one area? To where we could probably roll a history roll or something like that.
Yeah, I can call it. History sounds fine.
Okay. Farron, you're specialized in history, right? I can't remember. I was like, I know you're a nerd monk or nerd paladin. So
nerd monkadin.
I was just wondering if your history was better than like a 5 modifier.
History is at a +7.
+7. Okay, that's technically better than us. If me and Ash provide him with some assistance in regards to this, would Farron be able to roll it like advantage, or either me or Ash roll it advantage?
Given your backgrounds, you or Ash could roll at advantage. Farron would be rolling flat.
Okay. What's your history?
Given the situation, you both can roll if you wish, just because this is just a thinking scenario, so everybody has a chance to think.
Okay. Cool. I guess we'll just kind of do like a round table, and I guess I'll ask Ash to do the same if he's willing.
So history.
Okay. All of you basically come to the same consensus. Given the circumstances, a siege is, one doesn't set up for a siege if they're planning on moving quickly. The fact that they have surrounded you like this and the fact that they've been working for several hours to get settled in and surround you like this implies that they are in no rush. Based on earlier encounters with them and based on how they've behaved in the tactics that have been employed by this particular commander, between what you observe yourselves and what Islander has informed you, you're inclined to say that if they are going to make a move, it is most likely going to come after dark.
How long between now and dark?
It's currently mid to late afternoon.
Okay.
So you have probably have a few hours. Possibly, you might have time for a long rest. Might not. Certainly have time for a short rest because that only takes an hour. But a short rest, you'd still have daylight.
Okay.
Okay. But especially if they're going to try and sneak in to break your defenses so that they can come after you, they definitely want to do that under the cover of darkness.
Okay, is this a? I'm gonna say, is this like spring, summer, winter?
You're still
Is
in the
this like
winter.
a time?
This is, if I remember
Okay,
correct,
so
the equivalent of
okay.
February.
Okay, so it's gonna get dark sooner than later. So we only have enough time for a short rest,
Well,
ideally.
you have more than an hour till dark, because again, it's mid to late afternoon. So I put it somewhere 3, 4 o'clock.
Okay. So
You
a
can make
long
me
rest would basically put us around like 11 o'clock at night.
A long rest would put you somewhere around 11 o'clock at night. Yes. If you want to get a more precise idea of how many hours till sundown, you can make me a nature check or survival. I'll take survival for this. Okay,
21 survival.
with that roll, you'd estimate you have about 3 to 4 hours till dark.
Hmm.
And that's assuming that they are moving immediately at once it gets dark versus waiting for it to get darker.
Okay.
So your best guess is minimum 3 to 4 hours.
Okay. All right. So we can play it safe. I'll say we can. I'll say So we can play it safe, do a short rest, or we can gamble and assume that they're probably going to try to attack in the middle of the night.
Obviously, they're attacking. No, we know if they prefer nocturnal.
Well, they can see in the dark,
Yeah.
so
Well, yeah, that doesn't necessarily mean that like elves can see in the dark.
yeah. Well, chances are they probably. My guess is that if they're going to try and do night, they're already prepared to fight at night versus, I'm going to say versus everyone who's behind these walls is pretty much like exhausted, tired, and frazzled.
Yeah,
I don't think they're gonna strike as soon as the sun goes down over the horizon.
As I said
Um,
earlier, that apparently David missed, the estimation based on y'all's rolls is that they will be coming after dark if they are going to make a move. Because what the expectation is with a setup like this is if they're going to do something, they're probably going to try and slip somebody in to break your defenses so that the siege forces can come pouring. And the best time to do that would be after dark, as I said earlier.
Yeah.
Based on Kyoki's estimations, you have roughly 3 to 4 hours till dark, and that's assuming that they move as soon as it goes dark.
Yeah.
I would also remind people, because I remember we all looked cross-eyed at this. Also, I'm going to check if they fixed this. I know in 2014, Dragonborn did not have dark vision. Okay, they did fix it. Okay, so that does make sense. Okay. So yeah, they can see in the dark. It's just between so that would in theory give them an edge, considering that this town is mostly human.
I'll say. I know that as a warlock, almost everything I have comes back on a short rest. The only thing that I would get back after a long rest would be, would be my hit die. So I guess it depends on Ash and Farron and how well. I'm not saying how much do your abilities rely on a long rest?
Ash is definitely a long rest.
In that case, then what if we act with our regular shift rotation? That way,
That's it. But Ash can also get a long rest in 4 hours.
that way, those of us who want to try for a long rest can, but still, but in case something happens before that, we can be a local.
If you guys want to, I might say, if you guys want, you guys can. Do you guys get any benefit from a short rest?
Like, you can spend hit dice to recover hit points. That's really it.
I mean, I didn't know if you guys had anything that reset on a short
Nope.
rest. Okay. So what we
You
can
and
do.
warlocks and monks are the only ones who reset anything on a short rest usually.
Okay. So I have an idea. If you want, what we can try to do, since it's not going to benefit you regardless, you and Farron can have a long rest. I'll take a short rest, and if something happens, then I can get you guys, ready to go, and like wake you guys up and whatnot. So I mean, it'll disrupt it'll disrupt your long rest, but like you said, you don't get anything from a short rest anyway, so you might as well attempt a long rest while basically I stay awake. And if something goes wrong, then we just rouse you, and technically nothing was lost. If we luck out and they don't attack until after like 10 o'clock, then you can get your long rest in. If they attack beforehand, it was like, oh my god, we're under attack. Then you wake up and you're still in the exact same situation you were in if the long rest didn't happen in the first place. So it allows you to gamble on stuff. A long rest doesn't really benefit me. It'll give me a few extra hit die back, but
I'd say long rest would reset your hit die and prevent you from taking another level of exhaustion.
yes.
Because if you don't get a long rest in within a 24-hour period, you do gain a level of exhaustion.
Yeah, it hasn't been 24 hours yet, has it, for us?
You guys landed early in the morning, so you're probably coming up on 12, 13 hours at this point.
Yeah, so I still have another 10 hours.
But it has been a very strenuous day. You're not risking exhaustion yet, but you're getting
there. Okay.
What you could also do, just a reminder of how the mechanics work, you could also try to be part of the long rest and just say you're the one keeping watch. That way, if the long rest does work, you do get the benefit, but if the long rest doesn't work, you've still lost nothing.
Right, okay. Because sitting there and chatting, for instance, is counter strenuous.
Yeah, and if you are just on for this circumstance specifically, if you are just on watch, and it gets in, and assuming it has been more than an hour before they make their move, I would still count that as a short rest for you.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna spend the first hour, attuning to something else.
You can do that while you're on watch / short resting. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. So I'm gonna drop the flaming sword because I'll attune to that. I'll reattune to that later because it's not like this flaming sword has really been working against these dragons. So
it depends on the dragon because they're immune to whatever their breath weapon element is, which may or may not be fire.
Yeah. I'm about to say at the moment I don't foresee myself utilizing the full totality of that sword. I'll still keep it as one of my weapons, but I'm going to unattune to it so I can drop the 2d6 of fire damage.
Okay. Unattuning is no problem. That takes no time at all. Reattuning, which is something else, is what would take the time. What are you changing it to?
Yeah. I'm changing it to Amulet of Health.
Which does what again?
Sets Constitution to 19.
Okay. Give me a minute. I can do that for you.
Okay.
Where are you guys having that?
Yeah, we bought it. Like, I think, yeah. It's right underneath the
I
ring.
want you to do it, type it in, because if I drop it as an item, it'll do it as temporary.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was like, yeah. Because I had mentioned like thinking, I was like, I should probably equip one of these. I was thinking about that, or I was thinking about either that or the wand, but my constitution is ass, so.
Amulet of Health, you say?
Amulet of Health, rare. Yeah. Amulet of Health. Now, I don't know how we have two of them. Unless we picked it up somewhere. I don't know why we have two.
Well, you may have found one somewhere.
I'm about to say, I know we have two Ring of Spell Storings, one that actually has spells in it and one that doesn't. So.
Okay, there you go. That means you gain hit point. Well, as long as you're wearing the amulets, gain hit point, additional hit points. I don't know what your con was before.
My con was it had a 4. So
Well, now it's a 4 because you're wearing the amulet.
let's see, hold on. Let me go ahead and unselect it and I'll be able to tell you. My con was 14, so a +2.
Okay, so you guys will have 15. So by equipping the amulet, you will gain 30 hit points.
Jesus fuck. Okay, I'll add that under temporary hit points.
Ooh, I feel really healthy.
Oh my god, I'm almost useful.
That
Yeah, as long as you're wearing that hit amulet, your con is 19, which currently you gain 30 hit points. When you level up, your con will be counted as a +4 instead of a +2 for rolling new hit points.
Okay. Then I adjust it once I dislodge it.
Yeah, so if you take the amulet off, you lose the extra hit points, but as long as you're wearing it, your con counts as a 19 for purposes of leveling up and everything.
Okay.
Okay. So unless anybody has anything they want to do before we go into the rest phase, like I don't know if anybody wants to visit the shop or anything.
As far as I remember, we can't really. 13. Okay. I guess I'll check the shop and see if he's got anything new. I don't think he would have. But I can also
new, but they have anything you guys didn't buy last time.
Well, I'll go ahead and I will give him. I'll say as part of the deal to pretty much effectively get it off of us. I'll give him the armor that we found so far.
I'll write it all down so I know how much to give you back.
Well, I mean, part of our deal with him, I believe, was to give him all the armor that we found.
No, it was he wanted the dragon parts.
Okay, he didn't want any of the armor.
I mean, he'll still buy it off you or count it towards your debt if you want to do that, but
I like to count it towards it. Yeah, I would like to count it towards the debt. Actually, never mind. I will check and see with the guards if they would prefer this instead.
Most of the guards are wearing, various forms of leather, so the scale mail is definitely an upgrade for them.
Yeah, I would assume the wyvern scale mail, the plate mail, and the wicker shields might be something.
Yeah, they won't give you anything for it just because they don't have anything.
No. I'll say no. We need to live, so they can.
If you are just giving it away, gratis, they will happily take it off your hands.
I'll say unless Farron is against that idea.
no, we're good.
I'll say besides this makes us. I'll say besides this also makes us look good to them. All right. And technically, might as well do this as well because I don't see a need for any of these either. Do they need weapons?
It's a town guard. They have crossbows, and spears, and some of them have daggers or like short swords.
Okay. So they don't want them, or they're like these are what we're good
Anything
with.
you're willing to give, they will happily take off your hands. because again, they're designed. They're here for dealing with drunks and stuff, so they have pointy sticks basically.
Okay. Give them all the weapons that we acquired too.
Okay, that's it's some nice stuff.
Look, the goal is to
You
live.
guys don't have money. You gave it all away.
Hey, sometimes you gotta. I'm like, what's the whole thing? We're not in it for the money. Hey, I mean, shit, we've been robbed. We've been taking money off of these Drakengard guys. And as far as I know, Farron's the only broke person right now.
Well, I think I'm broke compared to some of you guys because I've been spending money on Ursara.
Yeah, I'll say. And I'll say the ship. The ship has plenty of money.
Well, I don't see anything in the shop that I need at the moment.
Yeah, I think I already got everything I wanted from the shop. If I remember correctly. Let me see.
Oh, I actually have okay. For an individual, I have a decent amount of money. I have a little above 13K in gold. Which sounds like a lot until you look at how much some these magic items are.
I think you said you wanted a wand of fireballs. I think, but that was something that
Yeah,
we had discussed with the guy about getting.
we had gotten that via the trade we did.
Yeah. I'll say, and the Iron Stone of Leadership, I believe. No, I don't think you needed that. Charisma score increased by 2, maximum of 20. I can't use it. So, yeah. I'll say, actually, potion. I'm going to go. Let's see. I'm pretty sure I have the money for it. Let me make sure. Yep. Let's see, potion of greater healing. 1, 2. Greater healing, superior. So that'd be 300, 750. Potion of healing. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and buy. There are 2 potions of greater healing, potion of healing, and a potion of superior healing. So that should be a total of 800 gold.
I say Triss has stepped away, but if you're just buying stuff, I don't see why you can't just buy stuff.
Okay.
Because I don't think there's any special math going on.
Yeah, unless I was going to haggle for it, which I don't feel like doing right now. So I'll go ahead and mark off 800 gold. All right. Cool. I'm gonna go ahead and give you the superior healing potion, so that you can have it on you. I don't know how many potions you have on you currently.
Here, healing. Okay. Yeah.
So with your guards re-equipped. God damn it.
What?
David just spilled his food all over my bed.
Oh yeah, I was
Oh. Okay. That done. We can go into the long rest tent. I need.
I'm gonna say I.
Yep.
I'm also just so you know, I bought 4 potions. I marked them on there. 1 superior, the 2 greater healing, and the regular healing potion.
Okay. Obviously, mark it out for your money.
Yep, I did. Cost me 800 gold.
All right.
Let's see, and um, you know what? We need. We must say we need who are must say there are actually like trained soldiers here, right?
Just the city watch.
Okay.
Again, are basically militiamen there. So they've received very basic training for dealing with drunks and rowdy type stuff, not military. Even the commander is not military proper. He's a former gladiator that's been hired to basically oversee limited combat training.
Gotcha. Okay. Ooh. Okay.
Anything else?
No, I'm not saying anything else I would think of involves more time than what we have. So yeah.
All right. In which case, let's see how much time advances. Each of you to roll 1d6 plus 1.
1d6 plus 1. Okay.
This will determine how many hours advance.
On.
Okay.
Yay.
Got exactly 8 hours.
Nice.
Everybody gets the benefit of a long rest,
Yay.
including Kyoki if he wants to take advantage.
Absolutely. Let me get rid of this fucking exhaustion.
All right. 8 hours. That puts us somewhere between 11 and midnight. Where you guys are woken by the sounds of shouting and an alarm bell being rung. Passive perception is enough to tell you something about there's been a breach.
Right on the money. Baron, make sure all your hit points and everything's restocked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
A long rest button. Oh, that is so refreshing.
All right. Dashing out of the keep, you are met with the sight of guards on the walls, obviously. Down below by the gatehouse, you're able to make out the form of what appears to be several kobolds that seem to have taken over the gatehouse and are in the process of trying to work mechanisms to get the gate open. Given that the gatehouse is basically just a crank mechanism and a fence, you were able to make out one appears to be 6 kobolds.
Okay.
That is
Seems pretty what we've been fighting. Okay, I know what I'm gonna do on if there's a distraction.
Carrie added you guys to your turns. If you'd like to roll initiative,
Yeah.
also don't forget to reset Eliana's stats for long rests.
And just
Nope. NPCs don't get the long rest button.
oh, it's a good thing she gets all that mana back.
Also, looks like this copy of Farron didn't take a long rest.
Oh, strange. No,
I can redrop it. Maybe it's just not linked.
I'll just press the.
No, the version I've got don't is not saying the 47. Oh, it's because his HP is not linked.
Okay, yeah, because I have them linked to a specific thing.
Okay, well, I imagine HP is linked to HP.
Yeah, red is HP. Blue is spell points.
Um,
I can do it.
that's it.
I made a custom. I think I did a custom.
That's it, because I usually do it as class. It's usually class resource and other resource.
Oh, I'll do it.
Yeah, you fix that. All right. Well, it looks like top of the round is Ileana.
Okay. So usually I would say she would just dodge,
What she wants to do.
but as you described it, so I take it they're in vision.
They have cover because of the fence and stuff, but yes.
As soon as it loads the shit. Da-da-da-da-da-da. I got a thing I'm gonna do. Sure, we'll work on all of them, but it may work on some. Well within range. Oop.
Okay. Oh, attempt at the watery sphere. Okay. Which you'll notice in your thing, there's actually now a watery sphere.
Some
I put it under companions and familiars.
Post?
Yep.
I'm pretty sure
Not
some
the
of them
water,
some of them will break.
not the watery sphere. Not Katamari's watery ball of
In
doom.
terms of range from you.
But like 75.
So beyond counterspell range, that's 60 feet.
Just use Katamari's watery sphere of doom.
Let's make a strength saving throw. Oh, this might be good. Everybody fails.
Really? I wasn't expecting that, given given the variety we encountered.
DC 20. Kobolds.
Hey, I was being slapped around by some shit.
So they can fight, they can't spell save.
Right. The attack rolls are good, but they don't get saving throws.
Yeah, but I remember like breaking out of my my grapples and shit,
Those are skill rolls.
which have a basis in attributes.
Yes, but they get proficiency in a skill. They don't get proficient. Most of these don't have a proficiency in any save.
Do you see now
Yeah.
that I wasn't aware because I know basic kobolds don't, but I know you're using more than basic kobolds.
Yes, but they're all in that same CR range, so they also don't get proficiency in saving throws.
Yeah. We have found the most broken skill in the game.
So, yes, Ileana has locked everyone down in terms of movement.
Huh. Whoops.
Anything else you'd like to do?
Um. Oh. Okay.
Ash will take his. dash and use the glide function of his cloak.
Run down there and start beating on helpless kobolds.
Ash's turn. Yoki.
I'm gonna kind of look around. And it was like, so are we beating on them while they're stuck? Is that what we're doing? Just making sure.
Well, Farron will go. Oh, I don't have I don't have a problem with that. So, given the muscles on some of these guys, I'm surprised that the water's enough.
No, we don't. Must say, hey, we just saved some religious people. Obviously, God has blessed us. That's what I'm sticking with.
Sounds sounds as believable as anything.
And as emissaries of God, let's smite them. Let's see. Gonna use my bonus action. I'm going to give myself the witching blast again. And I'm going to target this one, this one, and this one. Eldritch blast. I'll say the three closest to him. So this swole bolt, and this one right here. And I need each of them to make me a wisdom saving throw. Wisdom, yes. Yeah, assuming that these hit.
Yeah, that all definitely hits.
Okay. Oh, I forgot. Start points. Let's see. I'm going to use one of them. No, see, I'm going to use my 3 stunt points from one of them to give myself magic shield. Now I'm going to fast cast and see if I can target these other 2 in the back and this one right here. See, they all failed, so they're all confused. All right, and yeah.
Okay.
So that's all I'm going to do. Let's see. So I think I need the 2 in the back to make wisdom saves as well.
Oh, cool. My roll 20 is just frozen. Got it. It's not like I have a bunch of stuff open that could, actually be, pain in the ass to have to reopen. Oh, I think actually didn't help him any, but he has it. Oh, there goes my encounter.
Oh, wait. If I don't know how it rolled out, but hero points?
They all failed. Hero points not going to bring them up high enough.
What?
They all failed by like a lot. Take 20 minutes to reload.
Did we lose the stream?
Oh no, the stream is fine. It's just the roll 20 that shit the bed.
Okay.
This will be the roll 20 I'm running from, not the roll 20 that streaming.
Gotcha.
Oof.
Okay. All right. So I think we managed to get something done.
Okay. Everything that's all been trivialized. All right. Now I believe I get to roll something versus said confusion on my turn,
Yeah, I put it in chat.
assuming I can still see it when I shit the bed. All right. Yeah, here we go. I see it. All right. Is that it for your turn?
Yeah, basically, and that was pretty much it. I'll say, bonus action to activate my new invocation, and then spells and stunts. My AC is currently 22 due to magic shield, and that's it. Action, bonus action. Yeah, that's all I got.
It was enough. Anyway, it doesn't move. Action. Cool. I'm restrained and totally locked down. Baron.
How low is the?
You're probably looking at about a 20-foot drop.
A two-story house.
You know what? I can
I don't know why, but I would expect Farron to have like featherfall or something.
actually better advantage. Here I would like to make a uh, perception roll because I remember thinking, again, everything we fought before, this seems kind of light. So
You have dark vision?
I don't know. 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 I don't know I do, yes.
Given how far out you're trying to see, it is beyond the bounds of the torchlights, so still at disadvantage, but you do get to actually roll versus being told to screw off.
Yeah. Oh, I do want to point out, I'm also going to be looking up because I know there's a dragon. It may have strafed other things earlier, but there's been a little strafe here.
As of this moment, you do not see any signs of additional chicanery.
Okay.
But given how quickly you locked this down, they may not have had a chance to get into position yet. Because, 2 seconds.
I mean, the other fights were super, it's rather intense.
Yeah, but this is kind of the plot critical one.
Oh, so we're just being isekai protagonists right now. That's all that's going on.
Anybody refooting?
Sure. Hey,
Fine.
I'll say I'm happy. I'll say we finally did good.
We're confident.
Okay.
My fault for using monsters that could do something besides punch.
Again, I had thought that because the muscle-bound people were so muscly, that whoever designed them would have been like, I'm going to give them a 6. It's not going to be necessarily very high because of the proficiency bonus and everything.
You don't get a saving throw until tier 2. They're still tier 1.
But yeah, but aren't they third party?
No.
Like Creature Codex or something?
Nope.
Oh shit. Because I know some people do,
Yeah.
here's a little bit of a save.
Nope.
Okay. Oh, I don't know their stats, so
Trash.
Let's see. Okay. I am going to use my last second roll.
I don't know on what, but okay.
I mean, as well. Who knows? They're just going to come out of nowhere and start hitting us with arrows and shit. Pretty much the only other thing I could use it on is lightning speed, but I'm fast enough as is. So.
All right, Ileana.
here's a good kind of midpoint. Defend. Oh, I'm a little surprised. Okay. I
What?
think it's cool to let him do that. I thought
They're strange. They can still fight.
Fair, because they're not incapacitated.
Yeah.
Even then, it's still incap is different.
Yeah. Must say depends on what they're. I'll say it depends on what they roll, but yeah.
One did.
Well, I mean, I hear your tone, but also Ash does dish out a lot of damage, so it's not very surprising.
Ash is the the tank and the damage dealer. So
Next.
Well, always baffled at like the numbers. Hmm. All right. I'm going to like Ash. You got that?
Do I have the ability to take out some totally restrained and mentally incapacitated lizards? Yes. I've
Making sure.
really fought babies that put up more of a fight.
Hopefully, murdering babies doesn't doesn't mess with your alignment. Move right here, and I'm going to look out in these directions and see if I see anything.
You do not have dark vision, but you have the warlock thing.
Yeah.
So perception, because darkness doesn't affect you at all because of the warlock thing, just perception.
Yeah.
Again, no signs of movement, but again, if they were going to be moving, you probably locked us down way too quickly for them to have gotten to the position yet.
Okay. I figure being over here by the ballista, if, keeping an eye around here. I'm going to hold Eldritch Blast in case something appears.
How long does your confusion effect last?
They roll at the end of each of their turns.
Oh yeah, but usually there's a time limit on it.
Let's see. 1 minute.
Okay.
So 10 rounds. I'll say they make a wisdom save at the end of each turn.
I didn't. Yeah, he does have proficiency. Good, but yeah.
Okay. Dashing over here. Given that's a dash, that's all I'm doing.
Eliana.
Eliana, blind person, be on the lookout.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep looking.
Yeah.
Do I keep making search rolls, or is the one that I roll?
You can either stand with your current roll or roll again.
Roll again. Why not? Actually, what did I roll last time? 18. Hmm. 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 Do I gamble? I do gamble. Behold. But
Even more initiative.
all right. Still gonna hold. Still gonna hold on to my. Still just gonna hold on to an Eldritch Blast in case something appears.
Rolling the wrong fucking die.
Bitch.
I've been rolling a D8. Apparently it's a D10 because the way Brian posted it, the 9 and 10 ability fell off.
Ah,
But it, like, it,
Wait, you said the 9 and 10 ability fell off?
it became a different post, so I didn't see it.
Okay.
Hey, one dude gets to act normally.
Woohoo!
Now that most of them, all the useful ones are dead.
That's the wizard, right?
And
No, it's the chieftain. Okay.
his inspiring presence.
I thought it would be self-immolate, i.e., fireball at ring 0.
Chieftain can't fireball. But Chieftain can grant immunity to the charmed condition, which, breaks the confusion.
Oh, nice!
Nice. Now they won't be confused when their friends are dead.
Okay. Which means
Still stuck though, but
wizard, Misty Step,
yay!
Boom.
and like the dude locks them all down.
Depends. 2 people locked him down. Which one is he angry at?
Now, this is the wizard, so he recognizes roughly what happened.
Is he angry at the water spell or angry at the confusion stuff? Turn around and be like, leaping wizards!
Sure, he'll do that. That one's. They always try to grab and crush. The wizard does, but the wizard. Emitting, Storm Priest makes some gestures from where he's restrained, summoning forth a aura of flittering. They're kind of small pseudo dragon type creatures that start nipping and slashing at Ash and Baron.
Okay.
At the same time, the wizard, teleports in a flurry of sand before bringing his fingers up to hurl a series of 6 bolts towards Kyoki.
Okay.
And the bolt is attempting to grab Ash from within the water sphere.
Is your helmet shield? Water, water, water.
Like everything they can. Oh yes, and also there's a spiritual weapons. There.
Well, things are starting to turn around. Ah. Oh, okay. It doesn't blend as much as I thought it was. I say, good call on using a short roll, and it blends in with that aura.
Here we go.
Okay. So I'm actually able to evade that 19. So I do.
I need a wisdom save from you.
Man, that is a high. That is a high to hit roll. Glad my AC is high enough to dodge that.
I assume you're joking.
Absolutely not. Brooch of Shielding. I'm immune to damage for the magic missile spell.
Well, there you go. The darts come flying towards you, and you just turn like, huh? And they get sucked right into the brooch.
Yes, finally. I've had this since the beginning. We've never had it. I got hit with the magic missile spell once, and I completely forgot I had it, and I took damage from it. And then it was like 2 sessions later. I was like, wait a minute. I had my fucking brooch of shielding. Why the fuck did I take damage from this? I was like, this is never going to happen again. And here we are,
You fair?
a year later.
Wisdom
I see your wisdom, but you definitely made the wisdom, so you take half.
Okay.
But it's still necrotic, so I believe that rebalances it out or something.
Those of my as awareness half again.
Oh, necrotic is halved again for you?
Yeah.
I was thinking that was radiant.
Yes.
Oh, it's both. Okay. So 6 becomes. So you made it 6, and that becomes 3.
Efficiency. Casimir, radiant necrotic.
Okay. And you take 3 necrotic total after you're quartering it. A
19 did not.
That's right. Your AC went up. Okay. Alrighty then, Baron.
Yay. I will leap off of where I am and Misty step to over here.
Okay.
Step. As I come out of the Misty step, I am drawing my sword for a strike and coming in. Shit. Oh, yay, I get a little bit of sun points.
Would hit action to pop shield.
Okay.
Deflecting the 2 attacks.
Yeah. Good for him. Okay, yeah. Went in with my 2 attacks. They didn't. I was actually used anyway. So follow ups. That'll be it. What?
You're getting quiet when it's screaming. All right. Coming around. Anybody refooting?
Might as well. I refooted it.
Eliana?
No. Sounds of things actually happening. Here, does it get closer? Gonna move her over there, just get closer. And just kind of keep an ear out for any excessive injuries. Yeah.
Down to them.
Who hit me? Oh god, touch attack! Sword of fireballs!
Everything's got his natural. Yep.
Super spinning around. Boop, boop.
Shrouds himself in flame.
Oh.
One attack. Tries to put his wisdom.
Oh, yo, Kyoki's a hit. It's this you hit.
Oh, I just forgot to delete that.
Okay.
It's 5 damage. Might have failed his wisdom save. Did not. Okay.
I'm surprised me.
Well, I mean, he rolled low, but not that low.
The fuck do you go all the way back here? Did you punch him all the way back there?
No, Misty Step.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and 6 stun points. Initiative. Oh, with below the belt, he did. Yep. Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. So safe to say this thing is blocking, right? Or is it just like?
I kept.
Does this go all the way down to the ground?
3/4.
Okay, so it's this size all the way to the ground.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the,
Right.
that's the tower, the main body of the.
Okay. All right. Cool. I am going to shoot at him again, but I'm going to use my bonus action. And I'm going to give myself another. I'm going to give myself another invocation. Swap that out. All right. Going to fire at him with Eldritch Blast. Oh, we do poison damage instead.
Okay, using his force shield, he is able to just deflect everything except the 21.
Okay. He is hit. I need a Constitution save. So, in which case, he is now poisoned for the next minute. Which means that which means that disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
Yep. Anything
I'm
else?
assuming most of his. That's that. Hmm. It's a good question. Sure. What? How does he look?
Looks pretty healthy.
Okay, let's fix
Aside
that.
from being poisoned.
Right. Going to command Orochi to actually, let me see what the distance is. I believe that's too far. Yep, can't do it. All right. So, let's see. I'm gonna look. I'm gonna do another search.
Searching will be an action.
Oh, okay, never mind then. Dodge.
Also,
Okay.
That's about all I can.
do you
really
have main weapons for bomb?
Oh. Okay, I am gonna heading this way. As I am heading this way, I am going to I'm gonna be spending some heat through some costs. Oh, that's smart. Toggle the button. These rolls.
As I say, those both are deflected by his shield.
Oh. Right, well, there we go then. Let's move that far. I will be ready to. Oh, he has flame shield on when burning.
He has a wreath of fire seemingly surrounding him. Whether that's flame shield or not, you don't know without an Arcana roll. But
Good for him. Because I was thinking about grappling him as an op attack, but sure about that now. Okay, that's it. That's good. That's good. That's good for me. Yeah, this guy's smart.
anything else?
That's it for me. This guy's smart.
Okay, top of the round. Anybody refooting?
Not me.
Yeah, Koki did refoot. I see. All right. Top of the round. The guards on the eastern walls. Incoming from the east. Hi. Baron, from your position, can partially make out because due to the angle, they're only partially coming over the wall for you. What look appear to be a pair of wing beats. Smaller in size than the giant dragon.
Okay.
You would get high enough. You would guess that they're probably more wyvern riders.
Okay.
their turn. Right down. That time he did fit. I forgot to delete Kyoki again. Alright, that's the only one. -3. Oh, time. Case of third in your face.
Like, I'm sure Magic Missile will work on you.
Can you magic missile me?
Or didn't let me guess that. As he hurls the darts at you for a total of 18 force.
18. Oh, right. It's I can't.
And it's magic missile, yeah. That
Ugh. Ugh. Okay, pretty smart there. I can appreciate that. Here we go.
steps over.
Wow. Okay. Burning that mana. Okay.
And make a jump.
Jumping. He's super leaping.
No, he's not super leaping. He just does end up going prone. But what he has done is he has run and he was going to leap to try and like land on it, and he did, but he miscalculated, so it more of it was a belly flap onto it, onto the lever that operates the portcullis.
Right, because it's wait, hold on. Oh, and he needs to pull it up because I thought. Okay, interesting. Okay. I would think the portcullis would then, you know, fall because it generally is kept in the place by a linkage, depending on how this is done. Okay, interesting. Okay, let's see.
As it doesn't open all the way, because it is a cranking type mechanism. What he has
Yeah.
done is basically brought it up to where you have if somebody's crouching, they can go under.
Okay, fair. Okay.
And while you'd normally hold it with a locking mechanism or something, right now it's being held by his body because he fell prone.
Right. Okay. Oh. Okay. So the wheel, not the release. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Sorry. When you said the lever, I thought you meant the release. That's why I was confused.
No. The locking lever and release mechanism is what they were messing with on the other side.
Okay.
So yeah, what he has done is body flapped on it, which didn't open it all the way, but it does mean people can crawl under it now.
Okay. Gotcha. That makes sense.
Ileana.
Sleep dragon. How far away are the wing beats?
I mean,
I presume they're in the air, so
they are about 50 feet out from the wall and currently maybe 20 feet above it.
Can I water the dragons? Or the wyverns?
Not a bad idea.
Well, I mean, that'll stop what's going on over next to Ash. If there is not any occurrence from Ash, then she'll discontinue that, which I believe Data just splashes down.
Yep.
And
They all land on their butts.
and choose the sound coming from what would it be her leftmost sound that she's hearing. She'll be within range of.
90 of Ileana?
You said 50 and 20 up.
They're 50 from the wall and 20 up. But you can see them on the map if you scroll right.
Oh, I was looking on the wrong side.
Yeah. That's why I was confused.
Some bitch. Uh,
I was saying you can't do that, but
yeah, that would require some. Holy shit. Okay. Still not enough. Okay. She
Can she
will.
bonus action dash, shoot
She'll
'em up shit?
yeah, she'll bonus action dash.
Yeah.
Then there's bonus action. She will hold. So discontinue the first one and hold watery spell for when the sound gets you close.
Ash, who is clean up over here. Chieftain. And one of the priests. Yeah, he took normal movement. Yoki.
Hey.
East, Cobalt detachment, north.
Theron will pull out. I'm not sure how much range your swords have. Do you want to deal with the guy at the portcullis? While I help
They're down here.
things, or the other way around.
This guy right here.
Yeah.
So what you're talking?
Yeah, I'll be shouting across.
Oh, certainly. All right. Pretty sure I can take care of that. All right.
I got to turn on the music.
Make my way right here. As I kind of running around, lapping. As I will
From that
throw out.
position, as you are running, would have spotted making their way towards the gates.
Don't tell.
For dudes.
Oh, son of a bitch.
The most most important, and by important I mean eye-catching, not necessarily important in terms of rank structure.
This thing.
Yeah, this thing.
Hmm. Got a big bitch.
Lumbering towards the gate.
Oh,
Okay.
oh yeah, that looks so good.
I'm going to
But
throw.
it just says super leaps.
Say, gonna throw Orochimaru over here as it spins around in the air, then dashes over to this thing and starts stabbing the shit out of him. Oh, that is cool. Holy shit, that looks awesome. Oh god, he's so
Dragonlance.
he's so fucking cool.
That'd be so cool if it wasn't about to kill us.
Heck.
Let's see, if I remember correctly. No, okay.
That's like a sub boss from a game.
I know, right? I saw him and like, oh, you're my Moya cave troll moment.
Son of a fuck.
Which is why I was like, okay, it's a little disappointing that you guys fucked up the guys at the gate.
Oh,
They
wait.
do have other things coming, so it's more just a well, this was supposed to build tension, and they just kind of cut the tension out from under me.
I forgot. He's prone. Advantage.
Yeah, because you're doing melee. Let's see, that's 2 attacks.
Yeah.
So Orochi takes 15 fire damage as the flame shield flares with the sword impact.
Okay.
And he's going to deflect the first attack with his shield spell, but the 24 still lands.
Yeah. So that is 8 damage, 7. I must say that's 9 damage, 2 poison. Sorry.
I thought 9 damage, 2 poison was the first.
So I must say. So wait a sec. So he says using his shield. All right. So I forgot to roll it at advantage.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. So it's technically 24-19.
But 20 and 17 would be with advantage.
No. Well, 20 and 17, 24-19. I must say I forgot to. He's making 2 attacks. So it was 20 and 7.
The first attack is blocked by the shield.
All right, so 24. Okay.
Yeah,
so the 19. Okay.
The 24 would hit.
Gotcha. Okay, so that would be 8 damage, 7 poison.
Yeah, so 15.
Okay. Oh, it's bastards. It's lots of bastards.
Okay.
I really need that stunt point. Fucking hell. It's, all right. Which case, that's all I can really do. So I use my action and bonus action. So.
Right.
Oh wait, fuck! I forgot. Did he? Sorry, add +5 to that. I forgot a dash to stab.
Extra 5 come from?
If my sword dashes to stab someone, it gets an extra 5.
Farron, if you are turning to follow the wizard's gaze, you will see the guys lumbering towards the gates. Obviously, you have the wyverns coming from the other side.
Yeah. I trust that Ash and Hugh can at least hold their own for a little bit against those forces. My concern is the aerial units.
Fair enough. I'm just letting you know what you say.
Yep. Getting a automatic. Or quote unquote flight, but I'm using it as a form.
That hops. Yep.
There. Uh, at a glance, so like passively, can I see any indication, like if either of them are more battle scarred than the other? Like, are any of them coming in not a tip top shape?
Investigation.
Will that take my action? Or...
If you want to roll investigation, yes. If you want to go with your passive, no.
I'm just gonna go with my passive.
Based on your passive, you can see damage in the armor that indicates it has been used since they got here, but you can't tell us if the creature underneath the barding is injured or not. But they clearly have been in fights, since coming into town.
I'll then charging energy. I take it my angle's okay for those.
Given that they are above, and you're on top of the stable there,
because it looks like the roof is actually slightly above this if you look at the shadow.
that based on the shadow, I'm not sure if that's the shadow of the wall, maybe.
There.
I will count them as having half cover.
Okay.
And important distinction: are you targeting the wyvern or the rider, or is this an AoE?
It's a 100-foot line, 5-foot wide
Okay, so it's an AoE.
attack. So in theory, both.
Okay, so make dex saves. That I only have to make the one dex save.
Nice. Oh, that's right. Otherwise, they have to do both.
Yeah, otherwise I have to roll for both of them. But because the mounted combatant, I only have to roll once. Unfortunately, they can't roll for shit. So that's upper one or lower one?
The upper one.
Okay. Up the rider.
How sturdy these guys are. I seem to remember being rather sturdy the last time.
Yeah, that it for you?
Given how much I have had my effect, give myself some temporary.
Okay. Anybody refooting?
Yes.
Oh, right, that's what I did. I don't know if you did. I remember when I back in the main one, I had the writers dropping bombs.
Mm-hmm.
Is that SOP or just something I was having my big delivers?
It is not unheard of.
Okay. In which case I will be keeping my eye out for bombs.
Initiative, good to know.
Is that getting? What can I do for one? Um, one AC against the first attack made against me.
Because you blasted them, they see you as a threat, so that was going to go for you. This one is making a strafing / bombing run on Lista. The guard rakes, come up to the wall and instead of using the portcullis, just dig into the wall and start climbing over. Bum, 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 bum. Foot soldiers are currently, it's showing them on the wall, but they are, they are not on the wall. They are making their way through the gate.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Dashing. Again, they are in the process of coming through the gate. They are not on the wall.
Okay. This is the only one who
That is
came
the
up the
only one
wall,
that has
right?
climbed up the wall so far.
Okay. I thought all these motherfuckers climbed up the walls. Like,
No, the other two are climbing, or crouching or crawling and going under the portcullis.
Okay.
The biggin, however, smells blood, howls, and starts flapping its massive wings. Skadoosh.
Hello there.
And just for the image of the swords, I imagine they have the damage modifier on them for being like large weapons, like they would clean.
Okay. So, guard drakes are mauling guards. Try breathing fire on Ash. As it's closing with Farron, is going to lob a giant spitball at him. Ryder is attempting to pull out of you. Yoki obviously is fighting the biggin. Really? All right. Go. Okay. So fire. Flex the damage from the next. No, no, the actual damage. Baron has to make me a con save, but otherwise is missed. Half damage, so 55 becomes 27. And Kyoki is able to bob and weave out of the way of the massive cleaver-esque scimitars that the giant, the dreadnought has. The guardsmen are getting mauled. Guardsmen at the ballista are injured in the blast. The ballista itself has taken some damage, but can still operate. Leon.
Shithole. Goes into I was hoping that get gust.
I think she did at one point, and they got replaced by either the water ball or the chain heal.
Oh.
So if you want to rejigger her spell list, you know, in terms of what she has floated, that's fine since you're running her. But obviously not right now. But
Yeah. Okay, possibly. Okay. Still being pacifistic. Is she able to perceive the guy at the portcullis wheel?
her awareness is such that she is aware of the guy at the portcullis.
I'm gonna go down there
Yeah,
and
I
try.
assume she is like a like a high fantasy shonen blind person in terms of what she is able to.
Oh.
But she may not be able to get details because she doesn't have vision. But in terms of aware where people are, her ears are as good as her eyes in terms of going. There's somebody over there, and I think they're injured.
Okay. What I'm gonna do then is I want to have her try to grapple the person and put him off so his weight is no longer on the
Okay, that she can do. Athletics or acrobatics. She will be taking fire damage for for grabbing him.
Oh, that's right. On the grapplers, and it can be acrobatics.
Um,
Because I thought it. I thought it
for
had to be
her, it
athletics. Oh, okay.
because she has the acrobatic thing.
Oh, oof.
Or beat, but she got him. And technically, she's rolling an advantage because he's still prone.
Okay.
No, he wouldn't be able to get up. He just had his turn. So yeah, you're okay.
Okay. Get there. So
She will take 7 fire damage.
be back 2 to try to pull them off. Plugging the damage. Ow, 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 ow.
Okay. Foot soldiers getting cosmetically cut by the gate as it's slamming down behind them. But luckily their tail gets like right between the bars as it comes down.
Gotcha.
But the others are able to tuck in the roll through just in time.
Okay.
They are now trapped within the gate, so no more reinforcements can come in behind them. But they did make it through.
I can't move this guy.
That's fine. Oh, you're trying to move him up there with you?
Yeah, because she grabbed.
I do believe you're still at half movement while moving somebody.
Right. That's
Yeah.
why it's only 2 squares.
Okay.
I was considering using bonus action dash for more, but I mean she's not going to throw him off the barricade, the battlements or anything. So just keeping him away was the goal. Okay. I will do bonus action dodge return.
There you go.
Go ahead and punch.
Trying to finish off this worm. Guys. He has a number of attacks left. Where do you guys need me?
I'm handling this wyvern over here. Kyoki, what's going on with you? Did you need Ash there?
It's a big bitch. Um. Let's see. I've got If you want, it's pretty target rich up here. Depends. Do you want to fight dragons or do you want to fight? Um. I don't know. They're all equally ugly.
Where do you need me?
Remember, Ash is in NPC mode.
Wait a second. Let me see. What do you?
I say, remember those 3 are below the wall? They're below the wall.
What about like a marker or something on?
Well, they're gonna be moving in a minute.
Oh, okay.
Say defend the gate.
In the gate. Gotcha.
I'm gonna say you got assholes coming. I'm gonna say coming through the gate.
Ooh, I had a thought.
And gonna ice up.
This is a flame on us ice up.
As like the sword, the hoarfrost covers the sword as the dry ice mist starts coming out from under the armor and the eyes feel going blue in the T visor. That's right. He can't because Armor of Agathis is now a bonus action.
If I remember correctly, it requires the existence of temporary HP, not necessarily its own.
Well, yeah, I'm not disputing that.
I'm just letting you know because that's kind of a neat little thing you can gimmick with.
still get the mist. You just can't freeze the sword right. But gonna tap the ground as the glyphs spread out from him using Erden.
Is this purple haze still here?
No, I'm deleting that in a second.
Okay.
8-foot radius.
Oh, right. I need to check. Give me a check.
Ash has made a series of glyphs around him to fuck with his opponent. Yep. On. All right, that brings us to Kyoki.
Okay. Oh. I'm gonna look over and like, all right, Ryujin, gotta take a back seat to this one. I'll say we're gonna have us a little bit of fun. I'm gonna have Ryujin right there, and I'm gonna start swinging because I'll say looking through stuff, I decided to look at weapon mastery and realized that I have a fun trick I haven't utilized. Probably not gonna do anything, but it'll allow me to do some fuck shit. Let's see. Assuming that he's actually it. Do any of those hit?
1-6. I'm gonna update some of my stuff. All right, that's Diggin.
Yeah.
$16. All of those hit.
All right. Don't have enough space for that. So, I'll say use bumping blade to send him flying back into Ryujin, and that's where I was hoping to get the collision. I'll say collision damage from.
Oh, I'm sorry. There's actually 3 of them there. I just noticed that. I just noticed my mark.
Yeah, there's 3 of them.
Okay, so
Apparently, two wasn't enough.
okay, so you have bumping blade. Trying to bump them where?
Well, I'll say I just basically knocked the. I'll say the to get the collision damage, I had the sword behind him, so I bump him into the sword. So, yeah. I do have something fun I can do though. You have three. No, must
Their
have,
size compared to the sword, I don't think the sword is going to do enough to count as a collision.
do these barrels count? Actually, I don't know. I was like,
Wood. I thought you said you were not trying to knock them into the sword.
I mean, well, the barrels are behind them too, so I guess whatever.
But the barrels
Um,
firm, so the barrels would shatter before counting as collision.
okay, that's what I was wondering. I was like, I was just looking at bumping blade, and it was like, oh yeah, it's like if it. Let's see. If the target collides with something or someone,
Okay, well they do
I don't know.
something, or if it's something or someone, then yeah, I will count them.
Yeah, I was like, I was just using that wording. I was like, I mean, I 100% understand if it doesn't. If you're like, it should at least be something their size.
Yeah, given how big they are, and as I recall, bumping blade doesn't have a size limitation. Yeah, I think it has to be something big enough to actually be of a threat to them.
Okay, cool.
They still get hit 3 times, so they move back 15 feet.
Which case, what I'm gonna do,
15 feet.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna have them, yeah, I'm gonna say they not 10.
10 feet per hit.
No, not I only hit once.
Okay.
I can only cast it once.
So,
yeah, it's 3 attacks.
I forgot because how we reworked that. Yeah, so only the bumping blade. The first one's the bumping blade. The other attacks are normal attacks, right?
Yeah, and
that's your
kind of
action now.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually those are my actions. Because I'm gonna say
Shinso now use floating.
Oh yeah.
Action.
Yeah, I might say Ryujin's not attacking. He's just there. He's just there for advantage.
Okay, so you did bumping blade, which is an action.
Bumping blade is an action. I use the duelist point, so I can attack twice. And let me know if I'm wrong.
It replaces your attack action, so you can't use the.
Okay.
So you can't use the duelist thing to attack again because that requires you to take the attack action.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool. All right then. In which case,
then you can't spell kit. Then you can't do a normal attack.
Okay. Then in which case,
those and loot things.
No, it's not a. He doesn't have a class feature that lets him replace.
Okay. Cool. In which case, that would count as. All right. Let me know about this because under weapon mastery, it says that if I have a finesse weapon, and I am good enough at what I'm high enough for where I am, mastery. Prerequisite light property. When you make the extra attack of the light property, you can make it as part of the attack action instead of as a bonus action.
That applies if you're dual wielding.
Yes, I see. Okay. So
normally how dual wielding works is you attack with your main hand. Your main hand uses your action, and then your offhand would use your bonus action. But with that property, that means that instead of using your bonus action to use the offhand weapon, you can just do it as part of the main attack. So you'd still have your bonus action for something else.
Okay.
But since you're not dual wielding, that does not apply.
Okay. In which case, let's move him back because I think those other two attacks, the second and third attack doesn't happen then. So let's go ahead and move him back.
So we still got pushed.
Yeah, I'm gonna say bumping blade still lands, but I'll say I was planning on doing something. I was planning on doing something different, but since those other two attacks don't actually count, then I'm just gonna do it. Maneuver a little differently. We're sending them somewhere else. Send them 10 feet this way.
Okay. As the three of them are falling, they're like.
Okay. Go ahead and let gravity solve that. And assuming that sphere is there, maybe he'll land in it. And you said technically I still have my bonus action left?
You would still have your bonus action, yeah.
All right, fuck it. Orochi, kill him.
They fall, clips their wings on one of the spears. Okay, so you did bumping blade as your action, and now
Using my bonus action to command Orochi to go over here and start,
So,
mauling this thing to protect.
so that would be the Shinso rolls again, or would that be something different?
It's Orochi, so I'm rolling
Okay,
that.
so you're gonna roll
I'm rolling
differently.
that.
Okay. Okay, those all hit. Despite their size, they're not high CR, which means they aren't that hard to hit.
I'm gonna use my 3 stunt points to skirmish him the fuck away from Ileana.
One of them does not survive the onslaught.
Oh, there's more than one of them?
Yeah, it's a group of 3.
Oh, there's a group of 3 of these assholes?
For
Oh,
the wizard, I was talking about the big guy.
Oh, no, I was talking about the wizard.
Yeah, the wizard over there, there's just the one of him. And he's currently grappled.
Yeah. Okay. He was Ileana grappled him?
Yeah, Ileana's got him grappled.
Oh, okay. Advantage. 1 moment. I didn't roll any better. All right, so fuck it.
That does hit.
All right, so still 25 and 25. All right, now I do have. Never mind. Oh, so he's grappled. Oh, yeah, so I can use those. I don't have to skirmish him. So she's holding them on purpose. I thought he was just all up in her face.
No,
Okay.
holding him on purpose.
Okay, I guess that is non-violent resistance. 1 moment.
At least you're going to start stabbing him, then she might decide to let him go, because that's
Yeah.
Okay, so you do stab him with a roach?
I'm gonna stab him with Orochi, and then I guess stunning blow.
Okay, roll your
Actually, yes.
and sword takes another 13 fire damage.
How bad off does he look?
Well, you haven't rolled damage yet, so I can't tell you.
Yeah, it is. Damage right there. 14, 9, 12, and 10. So
I thought that was to the other guy. My bad.
no. The bump and blade damage for the other guy was a total of 35. 31.
I
31.
I just misunderstood. I thought you were doing follow-up attacks. In which case, no,
Oh, no.
we still have all 3 of the big guys then. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the big guys, yeah, I expect them to.
Okay. So. Okay, he's looking really rough.
Okay. Let's see.
Liana's looking a little shocked that he was inadvertently forced to participate in violence.
Yeah. Is anything
Go ahead.
On your turn, it's free.
okay?
Actually, I let her do it as a reaction.
Okay, yeah, she'll use her action to let go.
She's like, ah!
Can't see what's going on over there. I just told my sword to protect you. Are you okay?
I have blood on my hands.
Oh. Orochi, I told her you to stab him in the back, not in the front.
What is that?
Yeah.
If she has blood on her hands, you stabbed wrong. You don't go through.
We're gonna make a fright check.
On her turn.
God damn it, Orochi. You have one job. Clean kills. Like just hacking and slashing, getting blood all over our mage.
That it for you?
Yeah.
Baron?
Let's take a step back. Go over here.
Okay. If I remember correctly, he landed and he's
No, it's in the air. It's still in the air.
Okay. How high?
It came in, it's in melee with you, which is a little bit above you, so less than 10 feet, because he's got the lance and so 6, 7 feet in the air maybe, because he is above you to try and stab you with the lance. But
Oh,
and the rider's another couple feet up. The rider's probably 10 feet up. The wyvern's like 6, 7.
My flight is actively. I want to jump up and I imagine, much like horses, there's enough space for someone to fit behind the rider.
It's tighter than on a horse just because of the way the saddle is designed. But yes, in theory, you could you could try to slip in behind him.
Would we use the rules for grappling or climbing on a larger object or a larger creature?
This would probably be climbing onto a larger creature, which doesn't recall is very similar to grappling.
It's very similar. Yes. Smaller creature uses action to make a strength athletics or acrobatics check against the acrobatics check of the creature.
Okay. Acrobatics, it doesn't have choice of athletics. It has to be acrobatics.
According to this.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I thought it was like grapple as well, but no, apparently it's a little bit different. Boop.
Okay. You have successfully mounted the wyvern.
And uses action. Okay, that's what I was looking for. I was looking for the action economy. Okay.
So yeah, that is your action.
So yeah, then what does the situation look from up here? We have one dragon flying, one wyvern flying around, messing with the defenses. They haven't breached the gate since the thing fell.
I'd say all the ones that were trying to get through the gate did get through the gate before the gate came down, but nothing else is trying to get through at the moment. The big guy did get knocked down to the first level, and will be spending half its movement to get back up, or big guys rather, because there's 3 of them. But judging from their size, that's only a minor inconvenience.
Okay. I didn't attack, so I can't follow up like that. Situation's not spun enough for me to do the other thing, nor am I fighting anyone that's been pretty. Okay, that'll actually, you know what? I have what was it? 5. Okay, I have a couple more uses of this just to keep my durability a little bit. Okay, and that'll be
All right. Anybody refooting?
Already did.
good.
Okay.
I got worse. I got my stump out.
You definitely pissed the guy off as he looks at you. Clever. Wyvern. Flies out that way. Also ascends 40.
Okay.
As it does so, he does a barrel roll.
Okay.
I'm going to call for a strength save, I think, to hang on.
So it'll be not an athletics to keep the grapple. Okay.
Well, you don't have it grappled, you have it climbed.
Fair.
I say if you had grappled, then I would call for either give you advantage or call for another grapple check. But because you just climbed onto the creature, you didn't grapple it.
Yeah. Large creature manages a smaller creature with a contested athletic versus athletic or acrobatics. But if you don't want to use that, that's fine.
Sorry. Climb onto a bigger creature. You may move around with creature space. The larger creature may dislodge the smaller creature as an action by making. And see, I read that as if they're like trying to swat you or something to get you off.
Okay, versus just okay, gotcha. Okay.
Whereas this is just them trying to apply gravity.
Okay.
This is also not taking because they're not doing anything except it's just part of their movement. That's what it's a saving throw, but it also doesn't cost them anything except their movement.
Okay.
That is definitely enough to stay on, however. So let's. Ryder can still fight you.
Using leg strength just to keep him falling.
Given the proximity, he is going to dagger.
Trigger.
Wyvern. Yep, it's going to kind of. Punch you. Do. Liz versus Ash here. Enter his E. Need half their movement. Out of get that far. They don't get to get that far. Close enough. To, and this is leadership buff. They only have melee weapons. They can't do it. Breaks. Okay.
Are they coming to commit murder?
Buff, thanks to
Wait, what?
the big guys. When you knock them down, you put them in range of the commander's buff when he activated it.
Oh.
Half movement up, still enough fly speed to get back up here. As the three of them move to just start wailing down, their giant swords on you, and the drakes are, nipping at your heels, trying to herd you into the blades. The guys who just came through the gate all are trying to get up to their feet. As they hit Ash's glyphs, they all noticeably slow down and look confused. The kind of bluish one in the back, more fancily dressed than the others, brings his fingers up to unleash 3 bolts of energy towards Ash. Wyvern again is trying to do a barrel roll to drop you. At the same time as that's happening, the rider lets go of his lance so it's hanging by the lanyard, and drives his dagger and just kind of stabbing back at you. Ileana can roll 2d8 fire damage from her. No, she let him go, so she's not burned. I forgot those guys were actually not part of the map. Okay, well. Scraping run on this. Wizard's not looking great. Steps. Five foot step. Hands up.
Makes sense because she's not a wizard.
Fury clipping them both with burning hands. I need a dex save from Orochi and Ileana.
Already have alarms.
Moment.
Okay, so you both save for half, so 15, so 8 damage. Orochimaru takes 8 damage as well. Hit by the first one. Okay.
Joseph?
No, that's his contested roll to try and knock you off.
Oh, okay, it's fantastic.
So you are not knocked. 17 I know misses. I think the 20 knife stab still hits them.
It would if I didn't have on the +1 AC, the +1 AC stuff.
Okay. Yoki, I believe the 24 and the 23 hit.
Yes, and that's my strength save.
Not. You see 4. Okay, so you did not fall prone.
That's 28 and 16, so that's a total of 44 damage.
Yep.
Okay, all my temporary hit points are gone, and I lost 1 point of health. Well, so much for feeling godlike.
Oh,
And they will skirmish you 5 feet closer to the wall.
Yeah.
That's it for their turn. That makes
Why am I ahead of Aaron in the turn order?
because I forgot to sort.
Okay.
There you go.
15 was versus Oh God Blood.
Wait a sec, I forgot. I forgot I have my thing going. I'll say I need to do the math real quick, but you can keep going. I just need to remember what my damage reduction thing is.
Okay, so she's not frightened. She's obviously shaken, but she's not like she doesn't have the frank condition or anything. She's just kind of oh god, I know what happened, but I still participated. Oh god, I'll worry about it later. What's the
Hazard pay.
well, it's not hazard pay. She didn't get hurt. She just feels terrible because she was holding the guy and then you stabbed him, meaning that she feels like she came close to violating her vow of pacifism.
Yeah,
Emotional hazard pay.
Yeah, like it's emotional damage.
Yeah. What's the line? I hit the weapon, but I didn't fire it.
Yeah,
Well, that's close enough.
yeah.
Okay. Dodge. Dodge and move. There we go.
Reaction.
Getting Chrono Cross. Yes, it's Chrono Cross. Okay.
Now use his bonus for frost. At our level,
At our level, I think it's 40.
11th health, 3d4. Put it in. Oh, last room.
Oh shit. Fuck is that?
That's the glyph Ash put down.
Uh,
Anything entering that area for the next minute has its speed halved. Charge forward.
holy shit.
And apparently have one of the best rounds of his life.
Oh my god. The murder. I wish I could murder like that. Oh my god. And Ash just won the war for us. Yay. I want to be Ash when I grow up.
Attacks in there just for lulls.
Man's about to murder everyone.
Move them behind him because he can.
I'm going to help you flank me because you can't win otherwise.
Yeah, that group of 4 just became a group of 1 in one. All right.
Well,
Yeah. 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 Is the dragon still ascending?
Its angle would indicate it would continue ascending on its next turn. Yes.
Goes right. Got some
Striking
the rider.
definitely hits the rider.
Still should be able to do what I want. I'm going to attempt a disarm. Roll as if you attempt the disarm. It's athletics. Or opposed by the attacker makes an attack roll opposed by the target's athletics or acrobatics. So his athletics or acrobatics has to beat, in this case, my 24.
Seriously, that's what's gonna happen. But yeah, no. That dagger is gone.
I would say drops the item, but we're using stone, which has an extra fly away a little bit. Either way, it's
gone.
It's gone.
For the purposes of your aerial fisticuffs, it is fucking gone.
Preemptive looting. Preemptive looting.
I'm gonna let that last stun point burn in the wind. Going. Yeah. Doing it for a headbutt.
That hits.
Okay. Double damage.
I don't have any of your booster things though.
I was considering if I should act thing or not. You know what? Since I have not used my bonus action yet, I will use my bonus action for.
Wait a sec. You said you how many stun points did you say you had left?
Oh, you know what?
You said you had stun points left?
I had like one stun point left, but I didn't want to skirmish him for myself. So
I was about to say, like, you always just skirmish him off the dragon.
that thought did occur to me, but I want to stay on this ride a little bit longer.
Oh, you think the dragon's just gonna drop like a rock?
I know if the 18 hits him.
18 is deflected.
Okay.
Better for you.
Yes, it is for me.
I'll say, I wonder if you knock the pallet off, does the dragon just drop out of the sky like a rock?
No, it does not.
Because like my pallet's not here, I have no point in living.
All right, Kyoki.
Oh, okay. Fuck it. Kyoki's gonna hold out his hand. His Ryujin's gonna come over here, and he's like, "All right." All right, doing this Kratos style. Ah! I'm just gonna start wailing on this asshole. Hope for the best. Oh wow. Okay. That is the best.
22 hits, 20 hits, 27 hits by 10 or more.
Okay.
And that's the big guy?
Stun points, stun points. Yeah, stun points, and stun points. Okay. Shit.
Okay.
Wasn't expecting action.
Spelled one of the big guys.
Okay. I have 4 stun point. I have a total of 9 stun points. Jeez. 10 actually. Is this water sphere still down here?
It's not a water. Well, really honest, no, she dropped that. Apparently, David didn't
Okay.
need it.
Oh, because it's a puddle. I don't know if that affects terrain.
It's not a terrain enough of a terrain issue.
Okay. Let's see. What can I do with my stun points? I know one thing I'm gonna do. Seize the initiative. Use first 4 to seize the initiative.
Okay.
I use my 1 stunt point to skirmish. To skirmish this asshole off the side of the wall.
You didn't attack him.
Fuck, that is correct. Okay, never mind. Let's see. Skirmish this guy closer to the wall. Let's see. 5 stun points. Gonna use dual strike and skirmish. I'll say I'm gonna spin around in a circle, hit this one as well. So the 27 applies to this one as well.
Okay, who's getting skirmished?
I'm gonna go ahead and use the skirmish on this guy as he's close to the edge and just knock him off the side. And gonna use the dual attack to have that 27 apply to this one as well.
Okay.
It's gonna let gravity try to handle. I feel like gravity does more damage than me, so I'm just gonna let it keep doing that.
Hey, gravity does 2d6 from here.
Hey, 2d6 is better than my 1d6. So
You're doing 2d6. What are you talking about? You're doing 2d6 plus 7.
this is fair. Doesn't feel like half of the time, but see. And so I guess I don't know if that actually does anything to him. I'm gonna go ahead and let Orochi see if he can finish carving up this Christmas turkey. Jesus. Oh, okay.
Yep. Those hit. The 30 by more than 10.
Is he already dead?
The first attack did not kill him.
Did the second attack kill him?
The second attack is the one that did it by more than 10, which is why I can't tell you if you killed him or not until you decide if you're, until you roll your extra damage.
Okay.
Not like you can apply that extra damage somewhere else. Yes, he goes down, and it's Ileana's fault. No. Oh! She held him down. Anything else? That should be everything, but
I'd say that's pretty much it, and that sees the initiative, so I guess.
so update your. Yep, there you go. Right. Top of the round. I will be ending it here, so reputs can wait till next week, or next session rather. But as we come to the top of the round,
No!
there's a loud creen from the distance. The sky, the night sky seems to light with a familiar crackling energy as swooping down from the periphery.
Fucking huge!
I am the storm!
Crackling with lightning. Wing beats like thunder as it comes swooping down towards the keep. Its maw crackling with, arcane energy.
Does anyone have, I'll say, I think I've seen this episode of Tailspin. Does anyone have a bunch of tires?
And that is where I am calling it for the week.
Oh, okay. That's good because we're about to die.
This has been fun. Throw the rider off. Okay, I have some else to do.
I like how David was like, "Oh yeah, we're good. I don't have to throw the rider off. Oh shit, it's the dragon. Throw the rider off. I got bigger fish to fry." Yeah, I have no fucking clue what the hell we're gonna do here.
That is a really good top-down view.
I thought so.
Ah, fuck. Okay. Please tell me I'm not the only person with ranged attacks.
I do have range attacks, conditionally. It is
Ash?
Ash has spells. Ash also demonstrated last adventure he has a bow. Last adventure,
Okay.
he has a bow. You also
Okay,
have
cool.
ballista.
Yeah, but that's them. I'm not good with them.
one strafe and they're gone.
I'm just saying, and you also have the guardsmen who also have crossbows, but they're still bows. There are ranged weapons around.
Okay.
You have options.
And I know GMs
Shit's about.
roll different ways, but with his line attack, because he's above, you could have him sweep the line, and you could tag both the ballista.
Shit's about to go like King's Landing.
D&D doesn't seem to realize, no, a dragon's neck is very flexible. It's not just up-down beam strafes. In theory, it could strafe horizontally.
I'm not sure if it's a realize or just trying to keep it simple.
Because, I mean, to me, that just gives more tactics. Makes things a bit more interesting. That being said, yeah, I was wondering when this dragon was going to pop up. I thought it would be after this, not during this. Maybe it'll perch on that higher, large-ass part of the building that looks like it's a part of the battlement structure. No, maybe it'll just want to perch and not circle straight.
Really messed up part. This is where the adventure says it popped up. I didn't add him here. This is the part where it's supposed to show up.
Oh, nice. Okay, good writing. Good writing.
8 rounds in.
Well, during this battle, I picked what round it showed up in, but based on what felt thematically appropriate. But it's supposed to show up during this fight. So now it seems thematically appropriate.
And I just like having an aerial melee. Now I can use my transformations. This is worth it.
Fuck Mothering Dragon is worthy of going, Super Azamar or whatever the fuck you're calling it.
Yeah.
Ultra Faith.
Ultra. Maximum overfaith.
You need to win now because, if you lose, then that questions your faith and shit. So, gotta.
uh, one second. Uh, Maximum overfaith doesn't come until I reach 15th in this class. Actually, no. That's just overfaith. Level 20. When I in the class when I master it, that's maximum overfaith.
Oh, shit. I just noticed. I forgot to post the loot for the temple.
Oh,
There you go.
ooh, Riven Shield now.
I mean, you've been getting that.
Oh, you mean the Barden?
No, as in it's scale mail armor made from wyvern scale.
I thought that generally had a resistance issue.
Dragon scale does.
Oh, okay.
Wyvern is as tough as dragon scale, but doesn't get the elemental resistance. So mechanically, it's just really nice.
It's fancy. You know, with all those great clubs, if we're in the air, we can just drop it on on our opponents. Take your equipment back. Ow! Depending on how next Gaiden goes, I might have to commit. God, I feel like it's just gonna like fucking grab me and Bahamut beat my face off. Quickly, okay. Well, it's killing me. Kill it.
Oh yeah,
Man, I wish I
are totally gonna pull it from the sky. That
look. The most I can do is debuff it.
Actually, that could be incredibly helpful.
I'll say I can keep hitting. I'll say I can keep hitting it with shit to force it to actually. That's the only upside to my Eldritch Blast is that I can keep hitting it, and every single time I hit it, it has to keep making a save. So at some point, it either uses up its legendary action, its legendary stuff to get to avoid the saves.
You're gonna annoy it into using its legendary actions. I tired to be pushed around legendary resistance.
Yeah, I'm about to say at most it has 3. And I just looked through the entire thing. There's at least 6 different things I can do with Eldritch Blast that'll force it to make some sort of a save. I think the one that's the least useful. I don't know what type of dragon is and what it's capable of, but I feel like the least useful one. Yeah, I mean, okay, I know what kind it is. I don't know what it's capable of,
the
but
description,
the
the
least.
lightning in the mouth and the crackle and the storm effect when it arrived.
Yeah.
It's lightning.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I don't know if it can heal itself, but technically I would assume that the Eldritch Blast that I have that lowers its maximum hit point value with each hit. Um, that seems the least useful because unless it can heal itself, then as far as I'm concerned, lowering its maximum hit value is pretty much useless. Well, I say it's great if it's great if you're hitting something that can heal, but there aren't that many dragons I can think of that actually cast healing magic on itself. Unless this asshole came with like a satchel of holding and is just like pulling out potions and quaffing them during combat. Like dragon uses a legendary action to drink a potion. Like what? Goddamn messenger pigeon dragon.
Okay, that's what.
So, all right. So technically, so we have what's his face up in the air. So yeah, what's his face up in the air. Ash is single-handedly murdering the people who invaded the gate.
Ash is pulling an Aragorn there on the bridge.
I am stalling for time.
Go back to the fortress.
You're trapped in here with me.
It was like quick. It was like quick escape. Ash just like raises the bridge. Like, what are you doing? The fun just started.
Brian, you did see the loot I dropped
Oh, there's loot.
right after the dragon picture. I noticed I had forgotten to post the loot for the temple battle.
Oh, oh, okay. $120 javelins. Goddamn. Okay. You know what? I must say, considering the battle that's going on,
So even if you donate all the gear, the coin and the potions, I figure were still relevant.
oh yeah, no, I figure we never use armor, so I'll keep all the weapons. I say we'll keep the weapons to sell them, and keep the money and the potions.
Right, well, loot crate accordingly.
Yeah. All right. Okay, great. Uh-oh, lights have stopped.
Great time to have access to the foreground layer. Put the dragon in the foreground.
Yes. That's a really good idea, actually.
I'll say if I remember correctly, we split the loot by 7.
Yeah, you've been splitting at 7.
2, 8. Let's see. No, I forgot. I started with platinum. 9. 10. Oh,
Those of you listening at home, stream now. So good night, everybody.
Good night.